So this year's presentation is about the ORKG and open education resources. I want to share how I managed to, well, I tried and I hope I did, well, I did my best and I hope I succeed in combining open research knowledge graph and open education resources. I'm I'm from the Lviv Polytechnic National University, and the participant of an open education resources project. But maybe a few words beforehand. The TIB AV portal, the one we are using as the part of the project on open education resources, we are producing some videos of educational videos, and we place and our partners from the Leibniz University and the technical library, they're placing those videos on TIB AV portal. And that is why I'm browsing back and forth this TIB portal for up to 2 years. This is a little bit a few words about this TIB, because I need to get closer into results with this TIB AV portal. So my idea was to one of the comparisons about engineering innovations, namely maybe some devices and software connected to music. How can music be used for engineering innovations? And while I was gathering papers, gathering contributions for this comparison, I remember that that I have also seen something like this, a video on the TIB AV portal, with those videos on different subjects, and there was it was a presentation of on the conference presentation exactly about music and engineering innovations. And let me go in here. So this is the video I saw on TIB AV portal. It was the presentation of Maitan Berkovits, his results on creating devices which can produce music. These devices are relevant for people who cannot access the traditional music instruments because of the injuries, or maybe some health issues or mental issues and so on. And he and his team for years was in different projects, was designing such devices that allowed create music. Either gloves that when you move the sound appears, or this hat when the person moves his hat the music appears. This is how it was his implementation of his contribution to music for people who cannot do this in a traditional way. And you might remember I asked whether I can add this resource, this video. It has a DOI number, so how to add it into this comparison. And so I did. I had to add additional property, what was the contribution type in here, and all the previous property, all the previous in this contribution types were articles or conference papers, and the one it was the video was the open educational resource, and I had the link for this video. And well, I was so happy and I was so proud of myself that I could combine both ORKG and some resource from TIB AV portal. But it was not the end. Oh, there is this. I wanted just to show you how the inside the description of this video looks like in ORKG. All this information, and I most like the URL. It also it gets you directly to this video, and you have the first few slides. It can be seen. So well, I was so proud of myself with this contribution. But then again, I went back to this to the project I'm participating in for 2 years, open educational resources with Ukraine. The idea was to create educational videos and place them at TIB AV portal. And lots of videos were created, but yet I could not find the way how to combine this ORKG and open education resources. And then what was the problem? We created videos these are explanation of some methods. Maybe in my case, this is an explanation of methods, introductions to some theory. So none of the videos yet was of some scientific value. Or educational, yes, but my videos have no scientific value. They're just explaining very basic method which is implemented in various fields. But luckily, one of my colleagues, I was browsing, as I said, again, back and forth, the TIB portal, I have found the video which was structured very much like a scientific paper. It has scientific value. Yeah, in the field, I don't know very well yet, the historical science, scientific history, no, historical science, or scientific history. I'm not, again, not yet good in it. And I understood that I can create the comparison, and this educational resources can be used in there. So I created a comparison about historically significant scientists, and I was glad that I have found quite a lot of papers. I'm searching for papers in Scopus because I believe that this but the trustworthy indexing database, because there are lots of reviews on it. So this is where I'm looking, and I have found different information on scientists and the historically significant scientists from different countries. It's from Finland, United Kingdom, Germany, Poland, Portugal, in Ukraine, and this is how I combined, again, I was proud of myself again. I combined educational resource and open resource knowledge graph, again, so education, open education combined with open science. And that might be odd, but it's not, because then I understood how cute and clever and useful ORKG is for my own researches, not researches, but my own educational video. Although I said that it's an explanation of very basic method, which is educational power, yes, but scientific not yet, because it's just a method, like something like multiplication or something like this. There is no papers on scientific research about different multiplications and different approaches. But what I did, I had this task. It's the operations research subject, and I'm explaining. I have 11 in this subject. We have 11 videos on different methods, and I remembered, and then I understood that I can create a comparison on which will be useful for my students on how these methods are still valuable and useful. And this is and this is what I did. Well, this is the method. It's the game theory and so on. So this is how my educational resource looks like. But that's the idea I pop up with, and I believe it's brilliant. I have created the comparison on actual scientific papers and researches on the method I was explaining, to show that this method is still alive and is valuable and is useful. And in future, these comparisons will be the basis for my final lecture for students, when I explain in different variations where those methods are used and they are still actual. And that is why we're studying and learning these methods. But in this case, I wrote for Ukrainian scientists because I did not even expect it, how much papers I will be able to find on branch and bound algorithm, which, yeah, it's very basic, and yet again, it's used in very different approaches, including the internet providing and drones design and so on. So I created this branching bound algorithm, the comparison on the subject. Not a lot of papers, were about 10. No, my contribution, sorry. And then I asked colleagues from the TIB portal, from the project, to place this comparison as the related material in here, in next to my educational video. So this was the second approach of interconnection of open education resources and open science. And yeah, I'm very glad that I managed to do this. So here are just some of my research questions I was considering, and this one, this branching about is the one I'm using. Yeah, yesterday I finished another another comparison that I will again contact the colleagues from the TAB to add them into the video again as the supplementary material. And I have found that some of these and also created some comparisons for my colleagues so they could place that, not in my course only, but in my colleagues from Ukraine on the ORKG project as well. Also, just to finalize, I wanted to say that my ORKID number, the numbers in my ORKID works increased a lot because I add all the contributions. Well, from the last year, definitely. From this year, only maybe 5 or 7. I have added to my ORKID account, and also when I create my CV, I mentioned these works as that I can use and using different new scientific approaches in my work. And what else I have? Well, the question for future for me. There is a DBLP, the Computer Science Bibliography, where as I'm from the information technologies, it's pretty valuable to have your paper indexed in this indexing database. And I have found this Leibniz University sign on the top, on the bottom of their paper, and I have contacted them, asked maybe my comparisons or our comparisons can be indexed there as well, as just something like in here that was the type contribution is the data set. No, it's not. Yeah, the type of the contribution in here is data set. I thought maybe something like this could be in DBLP as well, but I received the reply that not yet, maybe. Well, maybe in future it will be recognized as well. Also, I used the ORKG comparison in my paper, which I presented in last year on the International Conference on Computer Science and Information Technologies. This paper is indexed in IEEE Explorer Library and Scopus. And one more else, yeah, almost the last slide. This year, there was an Ukrainian Open Science Forum. In November, it was here in Ukraine, and me and Natalia Butich from Leibniz University, Hanover, we were presenting this open education resource project. And here's one of the slides of this project. I was explaining how open education is combined with open science, and the open science is the our ORKG comparisons. Yeah, I'm presenting again these results. Well, it was, I say, it was quite a success. That how this open science is combined with open education. And that would be all from my side. Thank you.